Hey everyone, welcome back to the archives. I'm your host, the Gamer Knight, and we're here again with an episode of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Without further ado, let's proceed. First off, I hope everyone's weeks is going well so far. I speak in terms of everything that has transpired. Yes, Star Wars Celebration Day has come and passed. May the 4th be with you all. And of course, Revenge of the 5th has come and passed. Now we're on Revenge of the 6th. Which, by the way, I feel like I should have worked on the enunciations on that. But I am a diehard Star Wars fan, and I'm currently doing my Star Wars binge marathon, including all things Star Wars related from both movies, TV shows, and video games from, of course, post and pre-Disney acquisition. Because some people would argue that Star Wars Bounty Hunter, the video game, is not canon. I say personally it is, because yes, it showed off moments that have actually transpired in episode 2, including Tyrannus, who of course is Count Dooku.
That's a really big bug.
Then of course, elaborate.
I'll check it out.
Now, as I was saying before, I was really interrupted by the splocks. I like to state right now that in the Star Wars Bounty Hunter video game, it included some small snippets of Jango Fett's past. Because, yes, to the eyes in canon, well, in Star Wars The Clone Wars, he was actually just a common bounty hunter in the eyes of Mandalore. But in truth, he actually was a foundling. He actually fought in the Mandalorian Civil Wars. I mean, it is true because one, Jango Fett was actually born on Concord Dawn, the Mandalorian colony. Once the Mandalorian Civil Wars begun on Concord, officially, this was a skirmish between the true Sons of Mandalore covert and of course, the main leadership of the Mandalorian Empire, which I'm referring to is Clan Vizsla, who, of course, is the holder of the Darksaber. The Darksaber is a lightsaber, but it was a unique kind of lightsaber designed by a Mandalorian named Ta Vizsla, the first ever Mandalorian ever to be inducted into the Jedi Order. Eventually in that time frame, but I'm getting a little off track, Clan Vizsla, well, one of the descendants of Ta Vizsla,
Stim crate
had decided to...
Here. Wait, can you carry more?
Nice.
Thanks, BD1.
I thought since we're going to be going to Zepho, I figured it'd be nice to start exploring, grabbing supplies needed before reaching out to Zepho. Now, back to what I was saying. With Jango Fett's origin story, he was only a child when the Mandalorian Civil Wars begun. His parents were just farmers in Concord Dawn. When they were questioned if they were harboring fugitives of Clan Vizsla, they refused to comment. So eventually, Jango Fett's family was made an example of. Eventually, the true Sons of Mandalore were able to grab Jango Fett before he was captured, and they helped him get revenge against Clan Vizsla. Well, they helped Jango Fett get revenge against Clan Vizsla for killing his family. But the leader of the covert, the true Sons of Mandalore, which the covert is mainly they're just a small group of Mandalorians that fight for honor and for a paycheck. Pretty much loyal to anyone who pays the credits. But eventually, after Jester Moreel, who is the leader of the covert, saw what his consequences had brought upon Jango Fett, he decides to bring him into the covert, and he raised him as his own son. Eventually, this caused a little bit of impasse between Jester Moreel and his covert. More specifically, one Mandalorian lieutenant by the name of Montrose. When Jango Fett was favored above, when Jango Fett was favored ahead of Montrose, it started to create a little bit of impasse toward him and Jaster Muriel. And of course, Montrose was always one to seek for glory, according to the comic books. Officially, during a job on one of the several missions the Covert have overtaken for a price, well, for the highest bidder in terms of mercenaries, they end up having a little bit of a
favorite place.
Oh, we'll let the dialogue speak real quick for Grease.
My piloting hasn't been this
Seer.
good since I graduated first in my class at the Lateron Space Academy.
I wasn't aware Lateron had an academy.
Yeah, it was new back in the day. You probably don't get around that area much.
So what did you train on?
Name it. Fighters, freighters, short range, long range, whatever. I flew circles around everybody.
You flew freighters in circles?
Yeah, it's all they really allowed me to do. I
That's
was
lame.
so good, though. You should have seen me.
Oh, never mind then. Oh wait, Hoops. Oh.
All right, kid, sit down. We're here.
Oh, Hoops with freighters. Oh, okay. Nope, I'm thinking about those jumbo-sized freighters that are like practically
There's a storm
just
brewing down there.
pretty much slow as
This
a
might
slug.
not be the best time to land.
Something strange. Those winds are interfering with our comms.
Hey, Cordova mentioned something about peace in the eye of the storm. Well, I can just make out a settlement in the middle of it.
Then we have to get there.
All right.
Copy that. Couple bumps ain't gonna kill you, kid. Unless the wind picks up.
Why I gotta say that?
Can you tell that bucket of balls to keep his opinion to himself?
I'm sure everything's under control.
Of course, it's under control. It's just a little tricky. Okay, hold on. Oh. Huh. Perfect landing.
You call that perfect?
Easy money, baby.
But I'm still
I
getting
call-
a lot of
I
interference
call that
on the comms.
adequate.
It's gonna take me a minute to get them back up.
I'll search for signs of Cordova in the meantime.
Good. I'll be in touch once I crack this. Cal, over here. You did good work on Bogano. The more information we gather on Cordova and the Zepho, the closer we'll get to stopping the Empire.
I've heard of ancient cultures, but don't know much about them.
I only knew that Cordova was obsessed with the Zepho, believing their teachings to be important. I, too, was intrigued by the mysteries of our galaxy. You better get moving. There's a lot to learn here. Good luck.
Alright, now that Seer's dialogue's done, now we can... Oh, there's Grease. Might as well talk to him while we're at it. Also, guys, if you enjoy my commentary and my gameplay, please sure to hit that like button and subscribe, guys.
What are you
It'll-
looking?
It'll help the channel
Who are
a
you
lot.
talking to?
Just my ship, the Manus. Good name, right? Intimidating. Oh, what do you know? You've probably never even flown a ship. Maybe I'll teach you one day when you're done with your Jedi stuff. I'll even give you a discount.
Now, let's begin our open world segment of the story, and of course, let's continue with my dialogue in regards to my Star Wars binge marathon that I got going on. And yes, I want to elaborate more on the whole Jango Fett story. Yes.
Something we can use?
After, of course, Jaster Muriel on a job with Jango Fett, Jaster was killed, and of course, who else to blame? Montrose. He ended up trying to upstage Jango Fett, but in result, his mistake led to him being banished by Jango Fett. Well, I say yes, Jango Fett had him banished because in light of Jaster Muriel's death, the members of the Covert voted that Jango Fett be head of the Covert. And as Jango Fett's first act as leader of the covert, Montross was banished. After he left, and that job was settled, they end up traversing through, well, a dangerous situation that involved the Jedi. Eventually, Jango Fett lost everyone in his entire covert. And also, I'd like to elaborate more on the whole Star Wars Bounty Hunter video game, which, since it does include the story of how Jango Fett got hired by Count Dooku and how he got chosen to be the template, but you also get to know the reason
Watch
why...
out, DD. You don't look friendly.
Oh. I thought he was actually right next to me.
Nice job.
Now, as I was saying with the whole Jango Fett story on Star Wars Bounty Hunter, aside from all the other information, he actually had a friend that was his handler at the time as a bounty hunter, working for measly scraps before receiving the fee of 5 million credits. But also he wanted more. He ended up asking for an unaltered clone for himself, which that was mentioned in Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Sorry about that. Had a very big dinner tonight. But all in all, really great story. And then I move forward to episode 2, which I already watched. Now I begin the Clone Wars, but it's not the Clone Wars TV series, if that's what you're thinking. That will be later. Personally, I start with the Genndy Tartakovsky series from 2002 and 2003.
Cal,
which focus around
the Empire.
Anakin Skywalker.
If they were following the Mantis,
we'll let the dialogue speak.
We would have been swarmed already.
Could they be looking for the tombs?
Let's hope not. Just got our comms working. I'll try the same workaround to crack into theirs.
Whoa. I hate when they pop. Why they pop under the ground like daisies? Now, back to what I was saying with my Star Wars binge. I end up watching the 2002 and 2003 animated Star Wars Clone Wars spin-offs by Genndy Tartakovsky. Who, of course, I have to say, we had our first from those 3 animated shorts, or 3 animated films. They actually revealed several characters who are now canon, including Asajj Ventress, General Grievous, Commander Cody, and of course, let's not forget that we actually had witnessed Anakin Skywalker become a Jedi Knight for foregoing the trials.
You know that? Looking good, buddy.
Then I watched all the way up to like the beginning half of Volume 2, which focuses around, well, mainly Anakin and Obi-Wan, how they did their dynamic duo in a couple of their stages, all the way up to where Padme and Anakin see each other again after some time away from each other during the Clone Wars. And, of course, Padme action shocked in regards to Anakin having a scar along his eye.
Mother used this fabric to keep her child warm. They were on the run from something.
Then, okay, interesting. But, now back to what I was saying. After I watch all the way up to the beginning half of Volume 2, then I begin the Clone Wars series. But I use this Reddit page, which I'll leave on the links down below. Also, if you guys want more critiques on how you want to watch Star Wars in the best way possible in terms of canon, please sure to hit the comment section below. Also, guys, I do want to mention, back to the whole Clone Wars story, there's like a specific order how you're supposed to watch it in terms of like how it fits in chronological to the time of it. Oh, stormtroopers. Really?
Really? Can't top my skill.
Really?
I'll check it out.
Alright, back to what I was saying. With the whole Star Wars Clone Wars binge, I know a few of the I know seasons 1, 2, and 3, they kind of bounce around in terms of, like, how it fits into canon. But once you go up to, like, season 4
What do we find?
and 5, the entire timeline is, well, perfectly linear in terms of, like, season 4. But actually, minus season 5. I actually want to retract that statement. Season 5, that basically starts to, like, really kind of, like, juggle back and forth because there's a siege of Onderon, then there's the whole Darth Maul building his entire crime syndicate using the Black Suns, the Hutts, and the Pikes. And, of course, let's not forget the... And let's not forget the... Oh, we got stormtroopers ahead.
Moving to engage. Don't scare me.
Sure about that?
What?
Up, stormtrooper. Too slow. Alright, now I just want to jump back to what I was saying. In terms of, like, the Star Wars Clone Wars binge, Season 5 tends to, like, juggle back and forth between, like, certain moments, including Darth Maul building the Shadow Collective, the Shadow Collective is his crime syndicate, comprised of the three big crime families in the galaxy. The Hutts, the Black Sun, and the Pike Syndicate, who, of course, runs all the spice running operations.
It's all lies. The Empire.
And,
just
of course,
wanted
the
this
Hutts,
land.
they need no introduction. Like, no introduction at all. But I'm getting a little bit off track.
Did you see that too?
After Season
Hey,
5,
an
then...
All right. Priority target.
Really?
Don't just stand there. Do something. All right. Let's end it.
My blocking's a little bit off. Sorry, it's been a while since I've actually used my Xbox Series X controller. Well, I'll be honest. I had of course kept it. Oh,
Can't get a clear shot. We'll win easy. You can't get
I don't go down easy. Oh. That was easy.
What's that?
Now, once you reach up to, like, Season 7, then, of course, you start... Well, after Season 6, which are being dubbed as the Lost episodes that just focus around how an ARC trooper was able to find out about Order 66, and... Oh,
On my way. I'm tracking him. Looks like I need backup to kill you.
sure. Take your best shot. Wow, you have terrible aim for a stormtrooper. I mean, royally terrible.
Can't keep hiding.
I swear, stormtroopers, they have terrible aim. It's been evident in almost every single piece of Star Wars entertainment in history.
What is it?
Including the live-action series, The Mandalorian. Which, if you watch Season 1, Episode 10, you'll see. If you see the last episode of Season 1, then you'll see. But I want to just jump back with the whole... Oh, my bad. Live and you learn. Now, back to what I was saying. With my Star Wars binge, yes, I want to just take a break on that. Like, I want to elaborate on other stories that, of course, non-Star Wars related. Which, yes, I'm referring to, of course, Mortal Kombat 2, which is dropping this week. The reviews are coming in positive, and of course, Carl Urban Carl Urban, who plays as Johnny Cage, said he had to be sure he does the character some justice because his own sons actually end up saying, and I quote, "Don't fuck it up." But, oh, stormtroopers.
You made your last mistake.
That... Really? Because that wasn't even a mistake. That was pristine. Now, back to what I was saying.
Okay.
I will be watching the new Mortal Kombat movie this week. Also, I do want to elaborate on 007 First Light. Officially, Joe Raptor, Luke Stevens, and several other streamers worldwide have actually voiced out, oh my god, I meant to say, let me rephrase. They were able to get a first-hand preview of 007 First
Sorry
Light.
about your scalp link.
After
Standing up to that bog rat?
3.5 hours of gameplay, they were able to conclude that it's very positive, which has me very interested because according to every single streamer that I follow, mainly Joe Raptor, Luke Stevens, Ink Slasher, and so on and so forth, they all came to the conclusion with a very positive review on the game, saying that it blends combat and gaming mechanics from both Uncharted and Hitman. Which I say that's relatively interesting because, well, one, I do want to see this game succeed because it's been years since I played any James Bond video game. I mean, I remember the last one was with the Xbox 360. If you remember, yes, Quantum of Solace, that actually had its own game. And of course, Daniel Craig was able to reprise the role in video games. And bear in mind, he wasn't the first to actually reprise the role as both James Bond in both movies and video games, because if you have remembered Sean Connery's performance in video game form, they end up recreating the movie From Russia with Love for the original Xbox and PlayStation 2. I'll be honest, the game was actually very enjoyable. Then afterwards, they did GoldenEye remastered with Daniel Craig's image. Then they did several other spin-offs, including what was the last one?
That looks like a problem.
We got something. Woo! Whew. That was close. Now, I do want to elaborate more on the whole, like, every single James Bond that actually featured both. Well, I know Pierce Brosnan has actually played. Whoa, that's not good.
Don't let him do that again.
Keep moving. Don't know you want. I'll keep trying.
Woo! Whoa, there he goes. And I didn't get to scan him. Oh well. There should be more. Now, I do want to actually elaborate more on the whole story with 007. I just hope this game does extremely well. Oh crap. Timed it wrong. Live and you learn. Now, as I was saying, yes. If this game succeeds, it should be pretty good. If not, then better luck next time for IOI. I mean, in terms of like bringing 007 to life. And we have of course another related story that I want to discuss. It's with the whole Zach Cregger's live action adaptation of Resident Evil, or reboot, so to speak. The trailer does look pretty interesting,
Thanks, BD1.
but I don't know. When it comes to Resident Evil movies, I have very, very mixed opinions. Well, one thing, I do want to just elaborate. Resident Evil has gone through many, many, many adaptations. I'm referring to one I'm referring to Mila Jovovich's entire spin-off, which honestly I go back and forth with that series. Although it was kind of cool to see some of the monsters. Oh crap! I'll just elaborate as soon as I can get around this thing. Let me just see if I get the timing right. Ah, crap! I swear. Hey. I was gonna say, I actually did this once before. It's just getting the timing right is my concern. Woo! Like right now. Now that that's taken care of, I can now elaborate on the rest of my story with the whole Zach Kreger's live-action adaptation of Resident Evil, which I have no idea which one this... I mean, all I know is that the movie is set during the timeline of Resident Evil 2.
Was moved here by stormtroopers.
And
They seemed anxious for
apparently,
some reason. Pressured to find relics.
it has like a 50% chance of a success rate, because Resident Evil has gone through many adaptations, both animated, live action. Some do well, some not so well. Actually, most not so well, because I'm referring to, yes, the Mila Jovovich series, which a few of them were not bad. It's just the rest kind of went spiraling out of control. And
Whoa. That's gotta be one of the Zepho. Guess we're on the right track, huh, BD?
An intruder! I got it. He's gonna wipe us out. Too solid. Taking the shot. Yeah, all right, got it. This one's fast.
too slow. Let's scan him.
Okay, I'll look.
Now, back to what I was saying in regards to the whole Zach Kreger adaptation of Resident Evil. We just need to see if this holds true. If not, then better luck next time for whoever makes a next live-action adaptation of Resident Evil, because there have been numerous adaptations. Some do well, some not so well. Actually, no, most not so well, which I'm not just including the Mila Jovovich series, I'm also including the Netflix TV show, which, yes, sadly, has died. The animated spin-offs had some potential, but sadly, we have not gotten any updates for some time now. Oh, bad move. That's the end of you. And what was the last discuss? Oh yes, the Odyssey has actually dropped another trailer. I have not seen it. I'm just keeping myself completely docile at the moment. But when I go see Mortal Kombat this week, I am definitely going to be, well, yeah, spoiled by it. I'm just going to try to not look at it as much as I can. Just keep previews down to a minimum.
I can't push it.
And in the meanwhile, let's start upgrading some skill points. Alright. Now I can elaborate more on the whole Star Wars binge I got going on. Yes, I want to just jump back with the whole Star Wars, like a Clone Wars spinoff that I got going on. After pretty much finished the Clone Wars TV series in chronological order. Then I begin Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Then after Revenge of the Sith, followed by that is the Bad Batch series, which takes place around a year after the events of Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. And that co-aligns with the whole... Well, what was it? Oh yeah, Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord, which, yes, the last two episodes have dropped. I have not seen them. I've only seen the first 2 episodes. I am not going to be spoiled. I'm going to be including it in my binge. And after those TV show spin-offs are done, then of course I play Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, like I'm doing right now, both on here on my Xbox and actually on my Steam Deck, which I enjoy playing it like a lot. I've been just testing a lot of games on here, mainly all the several titles that of course had the label that said has been played but requires a different like launcher to play the game. Like for example, if I play Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order or Battlefield on my Steam Deck, I have to download the EA launcher to play the games. And if I were to incoming.
You're just stalling.
I swear the ping between my Xbox controller is a little bit off. So weird. Maybe this is karma. I have been bashing Xbox a lot on my channel, which I'm sorry. It's only because before, under leadership with Phil Spencer, I have had my opinions.
I'll break your guard.
Whew. I thought I had to just take him out twice. But, now, with the whole Steam Deck situation, yes, I play a lot of games on there, mainly both games, of course, are Steam Deck verified, including Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, which surprisingly, I was shocked that Call of Duty was actually on the verified list. Because with their own launcher, yeah, it makes sense. And most of the Call of Duties that everyone has played online, I mean, everyone has, well, they have definitely, well, it depends upon your Steam Deck user. People that use it for, like, if you... Oh! Incoming! Woo! Oh. That was close. Now, as I was saying with the Steam Deck, yes, it depends. The performance rate for the Steam Deck, it depends upon your user. I mean, I tried Space Marine 2 on it. I have some performance issues, so I mainly just stick with Space Marine 1 on my Steam Deck. It's actually pretty enjoyable. And other than that, I'm getting a little bit off track, but if I do use my Steam Deck to play a Star Wars video game, it'll be mainly to use to drown out certain items that I play that are like, well, certain projects that I'm not a big fan of.
Redistributing its inhabitants.
Oh.
This planet has failed to yield significant data or relics for Project Augur. Its electromagnetic winds have rendered the bulk of our mining technology useless. Meanwhile, more stormtroopers lose their lives to dangerous fauna. We will not be able to fulfill our directive here. It is my recommendation that we disband the project and leave a token outpost to keep scavengers from stealing our technology.
Oh, actually, I almost forgot. In regards to my Star Wars binge, that I have to, like, just jump back a little bit after the events of Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Immediately after the movie, which I already just finished, I'm going to be playing Star Wars, The Clone Wars, the video game from 2002, which takes place just roughly less than 5 months into the Clone Wars, where we get to see Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Mace Windu as they as they of course take on their most daring battle of the Clone Wars, which is referring to Count Dooku resurrecting a old Sith artifact, which was called a Force Harvester. The Force Harvester is used to pretty much harness the living Force, using it as a power source for a great weapon called the Darth Reaper, which the Great Reaper had decimated thousands of Jedi. Woo! I don't know why my camera keeps doing that.
So what was in there?
Now, here we go. Woo! Ah, crap. Back it up. Timing was off. Oh, come on. Back it up. Alright. Back to what I was saying, after the Clone Wars video game, I just want to jump forward back to where I was. Whoa! Let's grab that box. Go for it, please, because I definitely saw a box in there. Just gotta keep using the Force. The Force is my ally, and now... Getting in's one thing. Getting out's gonna be another thing. It's a totally different ball game. Like right now. Alright, through.
The Empire's pinpointed your location. You need to move fast.
On it. Thanks.
Okay. Ah. There's more to this challenge. Woo!
These workers lack proper leadership and motivation, which you cannot provide. You're relieved.
Alright. Now I can jump back to the rest of my binge, following after the events of both Maul, Shadow Lord, the Bad Batch, and of course, fast forwarding to Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which I'm playing right now. After Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, then I begin the Kenobi series. After the Kenobi series, then immediately I play Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which focuses 5 years after the events of this game. Following afterwards is... Actually, no. I totally forgot. After Fallen Order, I just realized it's the god-awful the Solo movie. I find myself unfathomably hating that movie. Because I'll be straightforward, that movie definitely retconned the crap out of the whole Kessel Run. Out of the whole Kessel Run story for Han Solo.
I can't get him.
Oh.
Someone? Anyone? Help!
Whew. That's how it's done. Now, as I was saying, with the whole Solo movie, I definitely am not a big fan of the movie personally because, well, I'll say it. It definitely retcons the shit out of the comic book details of how Han Solo pulled off the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs. But let's also not forget the origin story of how he was able to get, well, the Millennium Falcon from Lando. Oh no. Oh no, I say, visually it's not bad. Writing-wise, lazy writing. That's all I gotta say. I usually like to just let the movie play in the background as I play
I found something.
as I play Star Wars Jedi Fallen
No mention
Order
of
on,
Cordova.
like, say,
I don't think the Empire knows he's
my
been here.
Xbox, my
we
PlayStation,
have the
and now
advantage.
my Steam Deck.
For now.
After the Solo movie, then I begin the Kenobi series. Then the Kenobi series, then following after is, whoa, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Alright, let's make our way across.
That's interesting. We're on the right track.
Alright, let's elaborate more on other stories that I got going on tonight's episode. Also, if you guys have enjoyed my commentary and my gameplay, please sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more updates. Also, I like to elaborate more on my binge after Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Following
There's a storm
after
up ahead.
is
Something about
the
it crippled the Empire's equipment. I
Star
can feel
Wars
something
Rebels
pulling me
series,
there, beyond the storm.
which, of course, it's one of Dave Filoni's. It's one of Dave Filoni's best Star Wars projects that he made under Disney's leadership. And all in all, it definitely fills the gaps of what transpired after the Clone Wars, but to get the full detail of the Clone Wars, you need to finish off the main
Let the Force
storyline
sharpen
for
your
the Clone
instincts.
Wars.
All right, I'll do my best.
Now let's move forward. Whoa. Oh. Not bad. Whoa.
Huh, another one of these. Wonder if they connect.
That's how it's done. Quickly disposed. Uh-oh. Now, I do want to elaborate more on my whole Star Wars
Things are pretty
binge
cute.
because a lot of spin-offs tend to take place within that time frame, including Asajj Ventress in Tales of the Underworld. She actually survived, believe it or not, and was able to live a life in hiding away from, like, the Empire, finding out who she was and how she could be perceived as a threat to the Empire. More specifically in Darth Vader's case, because Anakin and Asajj Ventress have a long-standing history. Even Ahsoka had a long-standing history, and she helped.
Never seen a storm do that before.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's incredible.
But dangerous. Totally dangerous.
My friend, I believe this to be the earliest Cepho site we've uncovered yet, despite my reservations. I cannot chase the Bogano vault from my mind. Its vision shaped the direction of an entire culture. I must understand why.
Alright, now that we, of course, do not have the dialogue from Eno Cordova just interrupting us, I want to just elaborate more on my binge that I already stated. Yes, after the events of Episode 3, a lot of spin-offs will follow soon after. Tales of the Underworld, Bad Batch,
I'm in the tombs.
Jedi Fallen Order,
And the
which I'm
Empire?
playing right now.
No sign of them down here.
What about
Maul
Cordova?
Shadow Lord, I believe I've
Still
already
not sure
mentioned.
what I'm supposed to find. He's a little...
After
Eccentric?
Tales of the
Tell
Underworld,
me about it.
which
But he
focusing
wouldn't
around
send
the
us here
arc
for
of
the
Asajj
music.
Ventress,
Keep an open
then
mind.
I would begin, of course, I begin.
You see that?
Star Wars, what was the last one?
Ugh.
Oh yeah, Star Wars Rebels. After Star Wars Rebels, following after is Andor. Both seasons 1 and 2. After seasons 1 and 2, then I begin Rogue One, which, by the way, great movie.
Nice job.
I mean, it's definitely one of the best Star Wars spin-offs that is pretty much headed by Disney. But all in all, I say there's one thing I would kind of wanted to hope for, that Donnie Yen be a Jedi and then he would face off against Darth Vader. Like, he would make a valiant stand before meeting his demise at the hands of Darth Vader. And okay, this is weird. Oh. Whoa. Come here, you little rat. Ah, I think I know this puzzle. They always put these puzzles for every open world game. Luckily, with single player gaming, which is my expertise, I can learn to master my ability to beat the games thoroughly. Oh wait. Oh, totally forgot. Missed this.
It's not just wind rippling through these chimes. Voices.
Also, I do want to just take a moment to discuss about, yes, we have not gotten any official updates from from Lucasfilm in terms of, like, upcoming project. In terms of, like, the upcoming projects that were, of course, to be released this year. Which I'm referring to, of course, Ahsoka Season 2. That's already a part of my binge, and that takes place, and of course, after Season 1 of, well, yeah, Ahsoka, following after is the Mandalorian Grogu movie. Which, by the way, I am getting tickets. I do not care what the public will say about the movie. I am a Star Wars fan, and I have to see this through to the end. No need to give me a hint. Hint, BD, I just found it.
These were used in Zepho meditation rituals. I think they were training Force users.
I just hope that Ahsoka Season 2 makes its debut, like, sometime, like, well, hopefully before the end of this year, because, one, I want to see how Ahsoka's story will progress in terms of, like, how she's able to return back to a galaxy far, far away after being stranded on Peridia. And let's not forget Grand Admiral Thrawn's escape from exile. And what else is going on that planet? What made the Great Mothers leave that world and return to Dathomir? And of course, with the events of Grand Admiral Thrawn's return in live action, begs the question: will we see Grand Admiral Thrawn in, of course, the Mandalorian Grogu movie? We don't know. We'll find out come May 22nd. I'll give you guys my rundown and my review of the movie. Not only that, but also I will give you my rundown and my review of Mortal Kombat 2 dropping this week. Which, by the way, guys, I mean, I'll be straightforward. The first movie, I could definitely understand it had people had having mixed opinions. Which, yeah, I'm referring to, yes, Mortal Kombat 1 in 2021 had retconned the original story for our heroes, but sadly, they had to try to make it as adaptable as possible. And I'm afraid to say, I think this is all the time we have in tonight's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed my commentary and my gameplay. If you guys wish to hear for more updates, please sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more updates. And as always, you're always welcome here at the Archives. Thank you and have a good night.